and welcome to episode 10 of Ripping the Rack podcast. My name is Tim, and to my right is...
Hey, it's Brian.
Brian, how you doing, buddy?
Double digits, baby. Double digits.
That's right. We are on episode 10.
1-0. We've reached the big milestone.
We have. I'd really like to thank our listener.
He still listens? Or she still listens?
Someone listens because we had at least one. Maybe two. That could have been me.
Oh, maybe. Maybe checking the quality.
Checking the quality.
I listen to it while I do dishes, but then Colin cries, so I have to turn it off.
Well, I cry too. So today's episode is brought to us, someone, everyone, by Woodstock Bowlicade, which is a traditional 12-lane candlepin bowling center located just outside the town limits of beautiful Woodstock, New Brunswick, Canada.
BJ Hamilton is the owner-operator, I believe.
Yes. Yep.
He does a lot for the game.
He does. They've done a great job up there. They are located on 11 Sawyer Road in Woodstock, New Brunswick. The phone number is 506-328-8418.
Are they open yet, Tim?
They are open. They are open for bowling as well as birthday parties, reserving lanes, whatever you want to do up there.
Mm-hmm. He is a great pro shop too, from what I've seen. He usually runs a lot of good shoe deals and stuff.
Oh yeah, he's got a bunch of great shoe deals. So,
man, shoes are expensive in Canada.
Well, everything's expensive in Canada, except their health insurance.
Yeah, but they're talking like they spend like $300 on a new pair of shoes for bowl. That's less than bowling balls.
Yeah, but that's like $38 American.
It's not that bad.
Don't
worry, it'll even out quickly.
I was kidding. Jeez. Hey, what did one butt cheek say to the other?
I don't know, Tim. What?
Together we can stop this shit.
Oh my god. Tim wants to introduce jokes into the podcast, folks. So you're going to hear a couple winners today.
Yeah, I mean some of these that I won't because wow, I don't know if we can really.
Yeah, some of them are bad.
Yeah, I can't. Okay, nope, not that one either. Nope, not that one. Nope, not that one.
Okay, well, Tim tries to find one. This is a bowling podcast.
Hey, well, it's not all about bowling.
Well, it can be.
That's
sometimes.
true. So let's talk bowling for a moment.
Well, one of us is bowling this summer. Tim doesn't bowl the summers, in case anybody was wondering.
If you were wondering, I do bowl the summer occasionally, just not league.
Just random tournaments.
Tournaments.
Yep, so I'm bowling our 9-pin league at Oakland Park with Mark Carey and his son Jordan. That's fun.
Yep. I stopped down last week to watch a little bit.
Yeah, I like the way Jason has it set up. I didn't know if I'd like the one team to a set of lanes. I didn't know if it'd make it hard. It actually makes it easier to bowl. I find myself even less engaged with who's bowling beside me, and it actually helps me focus.
Okay. I don't know. I've never...
do you think... This would be weird. Do we know any houses that have 48 lanes that we could have the Worlds at and we could still do social distancing?
Academy.
Yeah, we could use the entire building.
The entire building.
Man, that's going to be some weird divisions.
Oh, man. Hey, where are you bowling today? I'm on lane 4, but I'm bowling the team on lane 44. Yeah, no, it'd be tough, but no, that 9-pin league's pretty cool. I'm glad I'm not bowling just because
Man, it was hot in there the other night. It was so hot in that bowling alley.
Well, we've had like 832 straight days of fog here in Rockland.
Well, fog in the morning, and then it burns off to be,
fog,
80 and 70% humidity.
Are you complaining?
No, well, I don't do heat. I'm a big guy that doesn't do heat. I'd rather be cold. I wear shorts in January for a reason.
Oh, God. Yeah, no. Hey, speaking of odd things, like wearing shorts in January.
I don't find it that odd, but continue.
We had a great question posed to us by your wife.
Oh, that's true.
And
yes.
It wasn't really a question.
Well, everything that Kelly says is accurate and correct, and I should listen to.
Yes.
That's what I've learned in my 7 years of marriage.
Yes. Anywho, back to odd things like you being. I'm just kidding.
Outreach program pays well.
God, so you really do have to pay her every month, huh?
No, they do.
Oh, they
do.
pay her.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That was nice of them.
It's a trust I set up a long time ago. It was my emergency plan.
That actually just hurt my back. For my listener who want to know, I got a little back issue going on.
He's old.
I'm not old. I'm seasoned.
They call him Gramps on the World's team.
Well, that's because they're all like 12.
I don't know. I do think you put the 8. Are you the oldest one on the team?
By 15 years.
Wow, they couldn't even get Gregory or somebody like that, so you wouldn't have to be the old guy?
I'm old. So Kelly had asked, or she didn't really ask. She was like, what would be kind of neat to talk about is what are some of the either odd approaches or odd things that you do before you bowl? Meaning, like for me.
You mean like Nomar Garcia Perez before at bat? We all used to imitate when. Well, I'm sorry, not old guys like Tim, but young guys like me. We used to do it in Little League. We would do the Nomar glove thing.
Yeah, well, the Nomar glove thing with the toe tap, with the bat spin, with. I mean, oh my God, dude, he was so focused on what he was doing that but it worked.
It was the steroids.
Jesus, boy, man, he could hit. Holy crap. We are so off topic.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, so the kind of call it your superstitions before you bowl and things like that. And I can give you a couple that I do. One I completely forgot about that you actually had to remind me of. When I get up to bowl, I put my towel down at the end of the ball rack. And it's usually and it's a dry towel, folks. It's not a wet towel. So I put it at the end of the ball rack, typically between, like the first 2 or 3 balls that are up there. So I always move mine away from there, and I just put 3 random balls so they're not mine.
So sometimes it's the guy he's bowling currently, but that's an accident those times.
Unless I'm bowling you, and then I do it on purpose.
Well, then you just throw them either down the lane or something like that.
I've done some. Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah. So, there is that. Like, my towel has to be between the second and third ball. And I'm not kidding. Like,
No.
It literally has to be between the second and third ball. Don't ask me why. I don't know, but my towel has to be there. Mm-hmm. And the only other thing that I can really think of right off the top of my head is I only wipe down the first ball I throw of every box. Like, I don't know why. Maybe it's because that's the first ball is... obviously highly important.
You have another quirk. You won't throw a bowling ball unless you have at least 2 on the rack.
At least one other. One in my hand, one. Yes.
Right.
Yes. I rarely. I shouldn't say won't. Rarely will I not. I don't know why. I think it's just because after I throw my first ball, I don't want to have to wait to throw my spare. To throw a ball for my spare. So. I always wait until I have a second ball up there because we've all seen it where the balls just don't come back for whatever reason, and you throw a ball and then you got to wait and you're sitting at a 9-pin drop, important part of the match, and now all of a sudden you can't throw it because
you don't have any weapons, or you're trying to frantically find a bowling ball like yours to try and throw accurately.
Yes,
at a single.
Yes, yeah.
I never understood that. Because it's happened on a couple teams I've bowled on. You bowl with your own bowling balls pretty much the whole year. Mm-hmm. You get 8 guys that all bowl with their own bowling balls all year. All of a sudden they get to the Worlds and 3 guys want to use the same set of bowling balls. I never understood that.
I have rarely. I've done it.
I get it if you're going in.
No, not even that. Like I've done it where I've been at the Worlds, I've maybe struggled the first day or something just didn't feel right. And, you pick up one of your teammates' bowling balls and you throw it and you're like, oh, I kind of like how that felt in my hand. So then you throw the next box who use their bowling balls and, you get a mark or whatever. And you're like, okay, I'm going to use these.
And I understand that. I guess it's guys that start the whole week. They just start and they're like, can I use yours? Oh, okay. Lapierre did it one year. If you remember right, we
Yep.
were up there. Jeff did. Jeff threw my
Yeah.
gold and black Comets most of the week.
Yeah. He just liked how they felt.
Yep.
He liked how your balls felt in his hand.
I do have nice ones. Typically, they're not used very much that week. So,
Well, there is that.
I mean, I do a couple weird things. And not even bowling, getting ready to bowl. I'll put my left bowling shoe on first. I tie my left shoe first. And I'm right-handed, so I have no idea why it's left. It always just has been. Football was the same way. Everything was left first. I played left tackle. Like, I don't know if I just developed it there, but it's just a routine. I like to throw the same ball first if I can. And I did just
Okay.
get a new set of bowling balls, and all 4 of them are different colors. So at
Yeah,
least I'll know
yeah.
which one to throw first.
Until that's down back.
Yeah,
It
somewhere.
doesn't come back.
And then I got to pick a backup.
Yep.
The old number 2.
I guess, everybody has
Oh, I practice slide every box.
every box.
Or no, every time I get up, before every, like in the Worlds, I'll practice slide before every 2 boxes.
Yeah. No,
I know lots of guys do it, but
I do that.
you know something that's weird though? How Evan and Chip do it. They practice slide with a ball in their hand and they like throw it forward and bring it up.
Yeah, I've seen Chip do that, and I'm like, oh my god, just one day he hasn't done it, but I mean,
Or the guys that can just stop. Like I've seen
Tommy Wood.
Tommy Wood does it. He gets all the way to the line and stops and just doesn't throw the ball.
Yep. No, I have taken a step or two and stopped.
Oh, that's because you forget what you're doing. No, folks, legitimately, he forgets.
Okay. I don't necessarily. Well, no, I guess I probably do, but every once in a while, I don't know why. Especially, it's more league than anything else. Is I will legit I'll take a step or two and just stop and be like, I just completely forgot what I was doing. Like, I mean, it's so routine. I have a 4-step approach. I used to have a 3-step, and I remember up in the Worlds one year it was really slippery, and so I added a 4th step because I wasn't blowing a tire every time I tried to take off, and ever since then I have a 4-step approach. So every once in a while I just get a brain cramp, and like I'll start my approach, and I won't swing my arm. Like my arm just won't go. Like,
You just forget the upper part of your body.
What the hell just happened? And I will legit turn around and go, I just completely forgot what I was doing.
My other favorite is sometimes, and I know she'll do it, you'll be looking at a shot, and you're like, okay. Then you rock a couple times, you take 2 steps, turn around, and go, nope, not there. Nope.
Yeah.
Or do I want to play it there?
Yeah. Yeah, I've done that. Okay, I'm gonna tell one more joke here because it's
Okay.
really funny. What do you call a guy who cries when he masturbates?
Oh, God, I don't know.
A tearjerker.
Oh, my God. Well, there goes the ESRB E rating on our podcast. Oh. You know who had an interesting approach? Charlie.
Sorry. Yeah, he did.
He stood pretty much like he touched the ball return, didn't he, with his leg?
For the most part. For the most part, he was as far right as you could get.
How many times did you see him come down on the ball return? I did once.
Handful. I
Yeah.
mean, it's
Thumb first most of the time.
Yeah.
The way he turned his hand over, he'd come down thumb first.
Yeah, I've seen him do that
And I didn't know this because I only saw him do it once. But Evan and you were talking, and like he used to break glasses at bowling tournaments, like vision glasses.
Yeah, like he'd bring a couple of pair of glasses with him.
Just a couple.
I saw him. Oh, where were we? I think we were up in Lincoln, and I can't remember the name of the place. The bowling had Broadway Lanes or something like that in Lincoln. Fastest house I have ever bowled in, period, bar none. Like legit, the pins would start falling before you even threw the ball.
Ooh, fast.
Oh my God! It was it was one of those houses where I wouldn't want to bowl every week. I probably wouldn't even want to bowl every month there. But going every once in a while to a tournament there was fun.
Made you feel good?
Oh my God! Oh, if you didn't leave there happy, then I don't know what to tell you, because I mean I was terrible one day up there, like bad. Missed the head pin, I think 75% of the time. I bowled 695. It was great. Like I don't know how. I don't know if the gutters were just if they had gutters. But I legit. That's a God, man. I talk a lot to get to a story. Holy
you take a long ways
smokes.
to get there, but
I
you
do.
get there, Tim.
I do eventually.
Mm-hmm.
What were we talking? Oh, Charlie.
Yeah, Charlie's brooch. He's breaking glasses.
Yeah, so I watched him. I don't know if he went like, if I remember correctly, through a double strike, punched, and legit punched, left a 3-2 or something like that, cut it over, made it, 9-pin drop with wood and missed it. Picks his glasses off his face and chucks them into the wall. Goes over and grabs his other pair of glasses. And no one says a word. Like, I'm just sitting there going, dude's got 90 at the half, and he's like pissed.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't know Charlie back then. Like, I knew who he was, and obviously I knew how great of a bowler he was, but I didn't know him like I do now. And I'm like, did anyone just see break glass and anyone? And it was like, yeah, that's Charlie. It's like normal.
Anybody ever surprise you when they got mad? Got mad in a spot, you're like, ooh, that's new. I guess we're talking about antics on the lanes today, approaches and weird things. We'll call it quirk episode. Quirks.
Russ
Yeah?
Neely. Very rarely would he get mad. He was intense. He was intense. If he in a tournament, league was whatever. He was running the alley and working. I mean, he had people working for him as well, but he was still behind the counter and come up and bowl and whatnot. He very rarely would he even get into it and still average 125.
Must be nice.
He, I don't remember where we were. I just remember him actually getting mad, and I might be one of the only times I ever saw him, like, take a ball and hit another ball, like on the ball return. I mean, not so hard like I've done or like you've done or, us idiots that think it's the ball's fault and whatnot.
Yeah.
But, and I went, and I just kind of looked and went, oh, okay, that was new. Like, and I don't know what happened. I didn't see it. I wasn't bowling with him, but, man, it was just, yeah.
And then there are guys that you would think, as intense as they are, they would get, or as intimidating as they are, they would get mad, and then they just don't. Guys like Bobby Witt. Bobby's the nicest, gentlest dude ever, but
yeah,
he looks like he'd rip your arms off and beat you to death with them.
Yep.
Holbrook's the same way.
I bet in the 28 years of me knowing Craig Holbrook and watching him bowl, I can count on one hand probably how many times I've seen him get legit mad on a lane. Mark Smith's another one. Never see him get okay. Boy, I can't even say that with a straight face. It was funny. Mark and I bowled doubles together for 3 years, I think it was 3 or 4 years, and I think we were the only two in the association that had multiple warning letters sent to them for attitudes.
I can remember we were bowling a doubles tournament, and there was a birthday party next to us for some reason. We won't get into it. But the kids kept running over, and they would take Tim's bowling ball. Legitimately, run in front of him, grab his bowling ball, and run away. This happened a couple times before Tim, and this is not an exaggeration, folks. Tim goes and grabs his bowling ball, says, "Don't touch that. Santa's not real." And then he went back and finished his half.
I did. And then I went up and yelled at James. And James just kind of looked at me, and I'm like, dude, seriously, we've got a state tournament. State tournament taken up, I don't know, I think, what was it, 18 lanes?
It was a doubles tournament. It was at least 18.
Yeah, and our shift. And they had, I don't know, 2 or 3 birthday parties going on, and they kept one lane open. And I remember I was on lane 18, and this little wonderful,
Adorable child.
this little adorable child, cherub, just nice, Colin, nice, would run over and legit like to a point where I'd had enough. Like the parents weren't doing anything about it. Like the parents thought it was funny. I don't think they thought it was funny when I did what I did.
Yeah.
But,
You could have handled that a couple different ways, Tim.
I could have. Hey, how is life like toilet paper?
I'm not sure.
You're either on a roll or taking shit from someone.
The comical stylings of Tim Matera, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, how about the return of money matches? That's going on, I see on Facebook.
Yeah.
Mark Webber.
Mark Webber is looking to donate.
Well, I mean, he hasn't bowled bad.
No, Mark's a good bowler.
I think money matches are good for the game. Maybe he'll get some of you old guys out of retirement that want to bowl.
Well, it was funny. I saw them. It was Mark Carrier and Mark Webber, and I think Mark Carrier went 12.56, and Mark Webber was 11.90 something, 11.98. And I did put the comment on there. I said, "Damn, I should have gone up. I would have won $200." Was that a little presumptuous of me?
It might have been.
Oh.
It might have been. I mean, it was in Augusta, correct?
It was.
We know your track record is pretty good in Augusta. Well, not in the eliminations
You
so
shut
much.
your pie hole.
But yeah,
I'm listening. By the way,
we would have seen what would have happened. Maybe.
Had I been bowling, like if this were in the fall or the spring with no COVID, then I would have bowled. And
I'd like to see the monthly marathons start again. And I mean, they used to have just main marathons. Like every house would send a team, or multiple houses would.
Yep.
I'd like to see them come back, and I'd even like to see some house teams from other states when we can safely do that again. I'm surprised virtual matches haven't been a thing. Speaking of that, honestly, I am surprised.
Yeah.
I expected Facebook Live to be a big thing and people to be bowling each other on Facebook Live. Calvin had mentioned it. I don't see why it wouldn't work.
No, I think it would. The difficult part with Facebook Live or Zoom or anything like that is you would have to be in the same house to bowl. You'd have to be.
Yeah,
Because
there's too many
because
parodies in houses.
if I am bowling a match and someone is in Newport and someone is in Westport, and then there's me, I don't know, 1710, and then someone up in Moncton Fairland. I mean, they're 4 different houses. Not saying that's right, wrong, or indifferent. I'm just saying they're 4 different houses, and they fall different and everything else. So, yeah. Yeah.
What about if there was a tournament?
Yeah.
And let's just say it was a 6-week tournament or 6-stop tournament. It'd be like the all events in the eliminations, except it is the highest total pinfall bowled over the course of a season at 6 different houses.
You mean like the main Pro Tour or the Mass Pro Tour used to be?
Yeah, kind of. I guess I'm too young to realize that's what it was.
Yeah. Main Pro Tour was...
I mean, I don't even know if the Pro Tour existed when I started bowling. In 04, I guess, was when I got into statewide stuff.
Mass Pro Tour was still going on.
Oh, the WCBC was. I wasn't consistent enough to bowl on it. I wanted to.
Main Pro Tour was still going, kind of.
Weren't that many entries.
And I think it wasn't shortly after that it kind of...
Did they ever have the tournament with all leftover money?
I think so.
Did you bowl in it?
No.
Oh.
No. I forget the reason why. I don't remember.
Okay.
But that was, like the main Pro Tour was set up that way. It was 6 stops or 5 stops, 6 stops, whatever it was. I think it was 6 stops, and they took 5 best scores.
The Pro Series is kind of like that, except it's various events.
Right. It's not all, and that's why I like the main Pro Tour. I really enjoyed because it was simply 10 strings, 5 or 6 different houses across the state. Typically, you would have a stop at Bangor, Augusta,
Vacation Land,
Oxford Hills,
probably Pittsfield,
Stars and Strikes, Pittsfield when it unfortunately before it burned down, and Gardner.
Waterville had a bowling alley for a while.
Waterville had a bowling alley.
It's the post office, I think, now.
I don't know. It's down by the airport now, or that's where it was.
Yeah.
Weird. Oh man, what an odd house. It was neat though. You'd walk in, and then you'd like the counter and stuff is upstairs, and then you'd walk down these flight of stairs to a seating area and tables, and then you'd walk down another flight of stairs to the actual bowling area, and you could look out from the top. You could see everything. So,
that's cool.
With all these signs, no swearing.
Yeah, right.
Let's just say I struggled at that house.
To what, not swear?
To not swear. Because even when I'm bowling good, I'm usually swearing. Not out loud so people can hear. It's usually in my head. Softly, facing the pins.
Sometimes.
I guess we really got way off topic when we were talking about the idiosyncrasies of people and how they bowl.
Yeah. Like, I have a hop in my approach. You were telling me that.
Yes, you do.
And I didn't realize it.
Yep.
But
right before you release the ball, your last step is a like a giddy up hop. And
well, giddy up.
Just a little giddy up. But a lot of people they do the same things over and over again because it just sets a routine. I used to swing my arm 3 times before I threw the ball. It was just my way of resetting myself, and then when I hit the number 3, there I went. I think Michelle Whittle does something similar like I used to. It's almost like a dance type, side to side, swing the arms.
Corey Smith kind of rocks, if you look at Corey.
Yep, Corey's got a rock.
And Calvin, if you notice, Calvin will like bend a little bit back before he throws the ball.
Yep, he bends.
Scotty Estabrook takes like a very little like half step, which is funny because he looks like a Sam Squatch, and he takes this little baby step before he throws the ball.
Yep. But it's funny. We all have it. Everybody can tell you. Chris Sargent kind of he takes the ball in his hand and spins it in his hand until he gets the grip he wants, and then he's ready to go. It's just candlepin bowling's funny that way.
You have guys that bowl really, really fast.
Yep.
You have guys that bowl really, really slow.
Yeah. And I've never understood the guys staring at a full rack and waiting to throw the ball and just standing there.
Right, but I mean they're going through their stuff. It may just be in their head.
No, I know. That's what I mean. But it's the slowness of.
Does it bother you to bowl slow?
That's a tough question. There are times where I will purposely go slow if I know the person I'm bowling likes to bowl fast.
He's talking about me, guys.
There are times where I will purposely speed bowl and the person next to me goes, "Oh, so we're bowling fast today."
Mm-hmm. He's talking about me again.
But I have, I will. I am a moderately fast bowler. I don't like to take a whole lot of time. I don't want to get in my own head. And staring at a full rack, waiting to throw the ball, it's easy to get in one's head.
I hate waiting on a 9-pin drop if I look at it too long.
Yep.
I mean, there's a marginal chance I'll make it to begin with, but the more I stare at it, the more that goes the other way.
Yeah, it's
I just got thinking about a question about making shots, and another topic we can talk about. What's the hardest shot in bowling?
Oh, the hardest
shot? The hardest shot in bowling.
I'm going to probably say the 7-10 split for candlepin bowling.
You don't think it's the eagle?
God, no. How many times do you see someone make the eagle? Handful of times?
You don't think it's the 5-7 or the 5-10?
How many times have you seen me make the 5-7, or have you made the 5-7?
I made the 5-7 a handful of times.
How many times have you made the 7-10?
Twice.
Really?
Yeah.
I've made it once.
I made it twice, both with wood, though.
Okay.
Not great wood, but... Oh, clean? How many
Clean.
times have I made it clean?
Yeah. 7-10. No wood.
I don't know if I've ever made it clean.
I've
made the 5-7-10 once clean.
I've made that one before. I've made the 7-10 once, 4-10, with no wood.
You don't think that the shot difficulty depends on the bowler and how they throw the ball?
Nope. I do not. I
mean, you've seen me shoot 2-pinners. Those should be easy, but just the way I throw the ball, I chop most of them.
Yeah, but you still, look, let's face it. If you took 10 8-pinners, you're going to make at least half of them.
If I hit it.
If you hit the front one,
yeah.
Okay. The 7-10 split, you can count on one hand. I can count on one hand how many people I know that have actually made that shot.
I've seen Jeff Thorndike make it. There's a name from your past.
Maybe two hands. That's it. The spread eagle, that goes frequent. I'm not going to say frequently, but it goes, and people make it, and they make it several different ways. They play it off the wall or they cut it over.
What's your preferred way?
Depends on the house I'm bowling in.
Okay.
Most of the time, I'm just trying to cut it over.
I prefer to play the right hand side, so that way, either if I hit it and the way my ball goes back to the right, it's got a good chance of getting thrown over, or if I'm in the middle, I can be thin enough, and you've seen me drive the 3-pin off the wall, and it'll come back sometimes.
It does depend on the house. Like if I'm up at Newport and I have a spread eagle, then I'm trying to play it off the wall because they have.
Oh, the wall is your friend.
They got fast walls there. So I am trying to play that off the wall. I'll play it on the outside of the right or the left. Just depends on how I'm bowling. But no, I do think the most difficult shot in candlepin bowling is a 7-10 split without wood.
In any bowling, I guess, then.
I guess in any bowling. Yeah.
Actually, you know what's weird? People have made the 7-10 on TV and 10-pin. No one's ever made the big 4 in 10-pin.
The back row?
No, the big 4, the 2 and 2.
Oh.
The 4-7 6-10.
Oh.
No one's ever made it on TV.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think so.
I'd have to Google that, but I'm too lazy right now to really Google it.
Man, there are some good candlepin bowlers and 10-pin bowlers, but that's for another episode, I think.
Yes. Yeah.
We'll have to have Sparks on for that one.
Yeah, we definitely have to have Jason on.
Yeah.
Let's talk sports.
Okay.
Sports are back. Yay.
I don't care what anybody says. Major League Baseball's not happening this year. In my opinion.
Well, I think you're wrong.
Dude, there are people, like, every day it's like 8 or 10 people are testing positive in Major League Baseball for this crap.
Yeah?
They can't keep safe in batting practice.
But Jason Varitek was just an umpire.
He should be the manager of the Red Sox, but that's a discussion for a whole nother episode.
Oh, Alex Cora is the manager next year.
No way. It should be Tech.
Guaranteed Alex Cora is coming back next year to be the manager of the Red Sox. That's why they created the interim tag on Renicky.
Renicky was just the guy that was standing there when they needed a coach.
I know. And that's why they...
This was your chance to get Jason Varitek, who deserves to be a Major League Baseball manager, into the organization to manage.
Why does he deserve to be a manager?
How many great managers were good catchers? Good catchers.
Oh, a lot of them.
Mike Scioscia.
Yep.
Tony La Russa.
Yeah.
Jason Varitek is arguably the greatest baseball mind of anybody that's played.
I wouldn't.
His notebooks are legendary.
Oh, I know. I get that.
He knew how to pitch to Jesus, Curt Schilling said.
Yeah, you throw Jesus high and inside.
Oh, what? You trying to say he can't hit a curveball?
I'm saying he can't hit that high and inside.
You trying to say Jesus can't hit a curveball?
Joe Boo can.
No, Joe Boo can't.
That's right.
Joe Boo afraid.
I do think Varitek will be an umpire, will be a manager at some point. I do think the Red Sox have a plan in place to bring Alex Cora back next year.
But why?
Why not?
One can argue him being the manager had if you don't want to believe they cheated, one can argue that he made absolutely no difference in them winning a World Series.
Because he won the World Series as a manager. And he is highly regarded as one of the top 2 or 3 managers in the game right now.
Even with Buttongate?
Even with Buttongate. I'm telling you. I that is what I think. Right, wrong, or indifferent. Odds are I'm right, but that's okay.
I don't know. I've gotten you on some sports stuff before, and you said it had no chance. I remember telling you flat out Baker Mayfield would be the number 1 draft pick the year he was drafted, and you said no. And I remembered watching it and sending you the text that just said Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, and how'd that go?
Hey, you could argue Baker Mayfield hasn't played that horrible. I mean, he is a Brown.
That's true.
They didn't get him weapons. They just got him more attitudes.
True that.
I'd like to see Baker Mayfield play in New England under Bill Belichick.
Why?
Because this is.
I want you to say it.
Oh no!
Why?
Because I read something the other day.
Bill Belichick is the greatest coach to ever coach in football.
I agree with that statement, by the way, just so
Thank you.
everyone knows. But I read something the other day that made me chuckle, and I sent it to you, and it made me the happiest ever, because for all the non-Patriots fans, this is our dream. We finally have a win-win scenario. Because even if Tom Brady does great in Tampa Bay, the Patriots won't do good. And then we get to see Patriots fans miserable. And if the Patriots win and Tom Brady doesn't do good, then we can all say Tom Brady was a system quarterback. It is a win-win for fans of other than New England.
And I've said it all along. Of course he is a systems quarterback. Every single quarterback is a systems quarterback.
Yeah, but you're using the term system like
it's meant to be?
No.
My apologies.
You're black and white. That statement, so-and-so is a system quarterback.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that...
Was Joe Montana a systems quarterback? Did he not benefit greatly from the West Coast system?
I'm going to say you can't prove that, because he went to Kansas City and he played just as well in Kansas City.
Oh, God.
He just didn't have the weapons.
God, stop being a Cowboys fan for a second.
8-7-1, baby. 8-7-1.
Delusional
and we'll
head.
still win the division.
That's scary. Because the Washington, whatever they're going to be named, are going to be terrible.
Oh, I heard they were going to change their name to the DC Redskins. I heard they didn't get the memo of what part to change. They don't understand what everyone's confused about.
Yeah, that would be Dan Snyder. Oh, my God. Okay, that was actually really funny.
I like how the Cleveland Indians were just like, you don't have to tell us. We'll release a statement. We're going to pick a new name.
No, I don't think they will, actually.
No, they already put it on Twitter. They're exploring options for a new name by next season.
Oh. Okay.
They just saw the writing on the wall, like, okay.
Well, Boston Red Sox need to change their name, too, because red might infer that they're communists.
Some of them might be.
That is true.
As a history major, in theory, communism is a good idea. In theory. Lots of things are a good idea. It's that whole knowledge versus wisdom. My wife tells me this all the time when I go off on a rant. She goes, you say you have knowledge. Knowledge is knowing a tomato is a fruit. Wisdom is not putting it in a fruit salad.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is accurate.
So, all right, baseball. Who's going to win the World Series this year if they have it? Who are you picking?
If I had to pick a team right this second, 60-game season.
Yep.
Dodgers.
I'm taking the Braves. I like Acuna. That kid's going to be great.
The 60-game season really does. It's interesting because the Nationals last year had such a slow start and came all the way back.
They were the worst team in baseball in May.
Yep. And then won the World Series.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have a team that gets off to that hot start. So you can take a team like the Red Sox, who on paper have a great offense. On paper. Terrible pitching staff.
On paper.
But over a 60-game season, if they can make the playoffs,
Playoffs.
Playoffs. You're talking playoffs. If they can make the playoffs, then they could do some damage because of the offense that they have potential to generate. Vice versa, you take a team like the Yankees
With no Aroldis Chapman.
for 2 weeks, for a couple weeks.
No, they said
Is he out for the season?
he's out for the immediate future. They do not know when he will be back
Okay.
due to a positive COVID-19
Yes.
test.
It will be interesting to see a team like that has a healthy Judge,
Here's my
a
question,
healthy
though.
Stanton.
Getting into injuries.
Yep.
What if somebody like Aroldis Chapman, why couldn't the Yankees just keep milking him not pitching until it gets to the playoffs, and then all of a sudden, oh, we have a brand new, fresh 100% Aroldis Chapman hasn't pitched this year. He's going to come in and throw 110 at you.
Well, they can.
There needs to be something written in there for stuff like that not to happen, because that's the way it is in regular postseason.
Mhm.
You have to isn't there a game requirement? You have to play 2/3 or something, or
No, you just have to be on the roster by September 1st, I think.
that's when the roster expands to 40 men. But
Yep,
they have the playoff
No,
rosters.
you have to be on the roster. Meaning, I can't make a trade or pick you up free agent or anything else after September 1st and still have you
for the
playoffs. You cannot play all year. And as long as you're on that roster by September 1st.
Well, they have to make cuts each round of the playoffs, right? They have a roster. They
just got to supply it. They just have to supply a playoff roster.
Well, there are guys that I remember when they get hurt, they're out for the remainder of this round, and then they'll come back next round.
Well, because you put a new roster every playoff
That's
round.
what I was trying to talk about.
Yes.
Every series you give a new roster. So there are guys that might not play one series that will play the next
Because
series.
let's say it's a team you're facing a right-handed heavy lineup. You don't want your lefties pitching, so you go right-handed heavy with your pitchers. The next matchup, let's say you win, the next matchup, now you're facing a team that has left-handed heavy hitting lineup, so now you're pitching your lefties. I mean,
Why don't you just carry all 40 guys and they all be active?
well, because that would make too much sense.
Just like, are you? I've never asked you this. Are you a National League DH
No.
homer?
What do you mean a National League DH homer?
Like,
that's mixing up the two
okay,
leagues.
sorry. No. Do you want the DH in
Yes.
the National League? Thank you. I am so sick of
Period.
seeing pitchers hit.
I don't want to. I have no interest.
I'm
to see
sick of
John
16
Lester.
position changes to make sure one guy can hit.
Here's the thing: your purists will say, will go on. Well, that's the strategy of baseball. Well, it sucks because I'm sorry, but no one goes to see John Lester hit.
I certainly don't go see John Lester get up and watch him bunt 3 times.
Right.
Well, sorry, 2, and then somebody comes in to pinch hit for him, but then that person has to come out so they can get the new guy in. Oh, wait, we hit too many that inning, so now that guy gets to throw, but now he can't hit, and I'm
Now, what would be cool, and I am okay with this, is I would like to see the DH be for any player.
I agree.
Because, let's face it, if you put a Madison Baumgartner
Or Otani,
or Otani,
or here's a name from the past, Mike Hampton.
yep,
He might have been one of
the guys that can hit and that enjoy hitting.
Bartolo Colon.
Jesus,
He's my spirit animal.
oh my God. So you take a guy like let's say Otani, okay, who is pitching and playing the field for the Angels. So you already know he can hit.
Mhm.
You already know he can pitch, and you already know he can play the field. So the option that a manager has should be a designated hitter for anyone. Meaning, you know what? I don't know who their second baseman is, but let's say he's a punch and Judy hitter. And I apologize to all the Judys out there. It's not a slam on you. It's just the name. If you could DH for that type of hit, now granted, it would play for some interesting.
I mean, let's just throw it all out there. Let's just have a slow pitch softball lineup. You can have people hit. Like, I played on a team that was loaded with hitting talent. I was not. I am a base hit hitter. I hit to right center or I wear out the right field line. But I didn't hit. I had people hit for me. I love slow pitch softball. You can have people hit for people that don't hit. You can have extra hitters. EH, just somebody who just hits. They should have that in Major League Baseball. Could you see David Ortiz if he wasn't hitting for anybody and all he had to do was just hit every game?
Well, that's what he
I
did.
mean, that's what he
DH.
did, but you didn't lose anybody
Yeah.
like you're talking about.
Yeah. I don't know. That'd be interesting. I mean,
Or imagine having a really good hitting pitcher and David Ortiz got to hit for, like, Pokey Reese.
yeah.
Pokey, you're just going to play defense today, bud.
Look, I'm perfectly fine with keeping it the way it is, but yes, I would like the National League to take over the DH,
Which they are this year.
for this year.
Mhm.
I think it's the right thing. I just, again, I'm not a purist when it comes to that. Now, I do think you're screwing with the game too much.
I am not a fan of robot umpires
No,
or robotic strike zones.
No. I guess what I mean by screwing with the game is you've got rules in place now where a relief pitcher can't come in for just one batter. They have to pitch to 3 batters unless it's the end of an inning.
Yeah, Tony La Russa is probably very... That was a nice shot by Steve Plant.
It
we
was.
just saw.
That was 5-7 with Wood. Nice shot, though. I think that's a horseshit move.
I like the whole you have one job in the bullpen.
Yeah.
You go pitch. I think it creates amazing drama, especially in the postseason.
Yes.
I mean,
who would have had Aroldis Chapman pitching against who the hell hit the home run for the Red Sox? Oh my God, I'm drawing a blank now. It was in extra innings to win the game. Lefty. It wasn't Benintendi. Was it Bradley?
oh, it could have been. I'm not sure.
Because Bradley was either a strikeout or a home run.
Jackie Bradley Jr. is an interesting ball player.
He's one. He could be your hitting champ this year.
Oh, he could be, or he could hit below the Mendoza line.
Yeah.
You just don't know.
You just don't know. But man,
Is he fast?
I love watching him in the outfield. Though.
You know what they should teach him to do? Push bunt down the third baseline. They put that shift on him. He'd get a double.
Dude's quick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hockey's back.
It is.
I'm excited about hockey.
Here's my thing.
Yeah.
Why do both host cities have to be in Canada?
Because they don't have any COVID stuff going on.
I know, but now they're like. I feel bad for Canada. Like now we're just bringing all our sick American asses in there to play hockey.
Well, I mean, I feel bad for Canada because they have to cheer for Toronto.
Hey, if you could get rid of any NHL team to stop COVID-19, why would it be the Toronto Maple Leafs?
Because they suck.
Sorry, Calvin.
And no, don't apologize to Calvin because Maple Leafs suck and they're just going to lose again. And I hope they play the Bruins and lose.
I don't.
Because actually the Leafs are pretty good.
Yeah, because if we lose to them, then
Oh boy.
oh boy,
Oh
Lord.
boy.
Be almost as bad as losing to them schmucks from Montreal.
Oh God. Montreal looks like a toilet seat. You ever notice their logo looks like a toilet seat?
Well, yeah.
Correlation.
Well, we had a rule in our house, in our fraternity house. Like when the Bruins were in the playoffs, you weren't even allowed to drink Canadian beer. No Labatt's, no, you don't do that.
Moosehead,
No.
Wow.
And we all grew playoff beards.
Yeah.
Yeah, we liked hockey in our fraternity house.
I love hockey, and playoff hockey is the best.
Oh, it really is.
It's playoff hockey is awesome.
I mean, that to me is the playoffs, and then March Madness is a close second, and then Ryder Cup. I'm sorry, I'm weird.
I love the Ryder Cup.
I'm so mad they canceled it this year. I understand why they did it,
but the Ryder Cup without fans just...
Dude, I can't get into golf. I was going to say that. Like, I can't get into... I tried to watch golf today, and I'm like, ugh. Like,
I can.
I like the roars.
It's still there.
I like the roars.
Tiger's playing next week.
Then I'll watch it again. But I'll tell you what. How many people are going to throw their back out trying to swing like Bryson DeChambeau?
Oh, my God. Dude is just...
I call his swing prison sex because it's fast and violent.
Oh. Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Hey, you told your jokes. I just told one of mine.
I did. Yeah.
But he swings hard.
Hard. hard.
I mean, he hit a ball. What was his drive there a couple weeks ago? 420 something. It looked like a Tiger Woods drive I hit on the video game.
Why don't little girls fart?
Oh God, Tim.
They don't get assholes till they're married.
I was scared where that one was going. So Tim, who you got winning the Stanley Cup? And you better say the Bruins.
Anyone? Honestly, if you would asked me before the league stopped playing, I would have said the Bruins.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're
the best team in hockey.
They were the best team in hockey.
On one of the hottest streaks in hockey.
I am genuinely nervous about their chances because everybody has now had a chance to get healthy. Non-COVID related healthy, meaning, your injuries,
bumps and bruises.
Yeah.
I mean, what was it, like 3 years ago, maybe 4, the Bruins made the playoffs, and then they released the injury list when they got done. Or that was the year they were in the finals, and they released the injury report, and you're like, oh, guy was playing with a broken sternum.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Patrice Bergeron.
Yeah, broken sternum, cracked index finger.
I mean, just...
Hockey players are tough.
I would love to see the Bruins win, obviously. I am a diehard Bruins fan, as I am a diehard Celtics fan, as I am a diehard Red Sox fan, and yes, I am a diehard Patriots fan.
I like 3 out of those 4. I keep my football in Texas.
Yeah, we don't quite understand that, but it's okay.
I'm a Longhorns fan, too, in college, so.
Well, hook 'em horns.
Hook 'em.
Go Sooners.
You shut your mouth or get out of my man cave.
Boomer Sooners.
Mm-mm. Mm-hmm. Nope.
I have been an Oklahoma Sooner fan for, oh my God,
45 seconds.
At least 45 seconds.
And don't get me wrong, they've had some incredible talent come out of that school. And
I couldn't tell you.
And Barry Switzer is a great. He was a good coach in Dallas. Probably didn't get the credit he deserved for winning a Super Bowl. Honestly.
No, probably not.
But Oklahoma. I wasn't a Sooners fan. I wasn't a Nebraska fan growing up. I just found myself going towards the Longhorns. Vince Young had a lot to do with that in my later years of high school. But, I'm weird. I prefer college football to pro. I do.
See, I don't know.
Does the NFL season start on time this year, Tim?
I think so. I do think so.
Do you think it's successful? I mean, you're getting into cold and flu season anyways in football.
I do. Hey, what's the best part about gardening?
I don't know.
Getting down and dirty with your hose.
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tim Matero.
Wow.
Yes, sir. So...
I don't even know what to say. Jeez, I hope they don't cancel us. I mean, we don't even have a contract with anybody. They might cancel us after this.
Delete.
Yeah, delete.
I do think the football season goes on. I think they just because I want to see Cam Newton as a Patriot.
It's gonna be so scary. Because that joke people say is true. I mean, either Bill Belichick's going to cut him 2 days after he starts, or he's going to take him all the way to the Super Bowl.
So what happens if the Patriots go to the Super Bowl and Tampa Bay goes to the Super Bowl?
Well, there's a part of me that
wants to see that happen.
No, there's a part of me that thinks that will happen because I think the NFL is partially rigged. I really do. I mean, there have been calls, and you can call me homer all you want. Dez caught the ball. Dez caught the ball.
Conspiracy theory.
But we couldn't have that, so we had to have a different matchup. You can't tell me with all these catches, no catches, that something wasn't going on.
Oh, no, he got the ball.
No, I mean just in general. Like, you can't tell me that football might be a little dirty.
Here's the thing is I just don't pay enough attention, or I just don't care enough. Because I'm not out buying the jerseys. I'm not out.
Well, same here.
I'm not spending money to watch football for the most part.
I know. I mean, Chad Blake.
Yep.
Chad spends a lot of money to watch the Chiefs.
Yep.
But he never misses a Chiefs game.
Nope. And that's cool. He is a true fan of the Chiefs. and I give him credit. Chiefs are a great team. They're
They're a good organization.
they're a good organization.
Bob Kraft's a good owner.
Yeah.
I mean,
Everyone,
he likes his massage parlors, but he does a lot of good for the community too.
nothing wrong with a handy.
Every once in a while,
Dude's,
everybody needs a hand once in a while.
dude's got to get a hand up every once in a while.
I thought it was funny, when that whole thing happened. Everyone's like, he's almost 70-something years old. His wife died. Leave him alone.
Yeah. What's the big deal? Like, I still, to this day, don't quite understand
I don't think they do either, which is why nothing's ever
the
happened.
whole, why is this a big deal? Like,
Hey, I did see.
well, I do understand because it's, legalized prostitution
Right.
and whatnot, but
It's the oldest profession in the world.
Yes,
It's
it
just
is.
illegal.
it's just illegal.
I did see today where the Patriots this weekend finally closed out the contract disputes with Aaron Hernandez.
Yeah.
I bet that was some interesting negotiations.
And Antonio Brown have freed up $7.5 million in cap space.
So who are they going to sign for $7.5 million?
I don't know, but
DeMarco Murray's a free agent.
it gives them flexibility.
Just so you know.
Yeah, it gives them flexibility this year, and I think, Bill does Bill things.
You think DeMarco Murray would look great as a halfback with Cam Newton in front of him? Bill Belichick's crazy enough to run an option.
I want to see. I want to see what Sony Michel and.
I'm sorry, that man's overrated.
I didn't say he wasn't. I want to
okay.
see. I want to see what he can do with a mobile quarterback.
I'm just sick of hearing everybody. Sony Michel's the most underrated running back in football. No, he's not.
He's a good running back. I want to see what he can do.
He's not good.
How's your NFL career? Yeah, that's right. You sit back and shut your mouth.
Hey, listen. I think the only stellar running backs in the history of the NFL were probably Barry Sanders and Walter Payton. And you know what?
Emmitt Smith.
You know what takes away from Emmitt Smith? And I'm a Cowboys fan.
That he had a great
He had the
offensive line.
2-ton line. And you're talking to a guy that played offensive line.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
You can have a Clydesdale in the backfield. If no one blocks for him, he gets tackled.
My favorite running back of all time is still Barry Sanders.
He was so good.
I didn't
He didn't need an offensive line.
I didn't watch enough of Walter Payton, except for the Super Bowl where they kicked the Patriots' ass. I really didn't, so I can't talk about.
You want to know what's really sad about that? Walter Payton never had a Super Bowl touchdown.
I know.
William the Refrigerator Perry had a Super Bowl touchdown, and that's because Mike Ditka didn't like Walter Payton.
Ditka.
Ditka is God.
God. What's your week looking like?
Bowling Tuesday. Wife is going on vacation at the end of the week.
Ooh,
so
vacation.
playing golf with you.
Yes,
the
you are.
18th.
Yep.
In Evan.
Yep.
And then I'm leaving for 2 days after that. We are actually going to. We have not had a vacation or a weekend away without the baby since he was born 20
Nice.
months ago.
Nice.
So we're going to our favorite spot, North Conway, New Hampshire.
Nice.
We're probably going to get some dinner. There's a cool little place there.
Muddy Moose?
Nope, I can't remember what it's called. You go through town, and it's on the left. But their big thing is they're like a pub.
As you're heading out towards...
No, as you're headed towards the city. It's past downtown. You know that quaint little downtown. It looks like Kittery threw up all over it. There's like 37 T-shirt shops in a row.
Yeah.
But anyways, you get out there like you're headed towards Mount Washington.
Yeah.
And on the left there, I don't know if it's called the Road Through or the Roadway or something like that. It's a little restaurant, and they do wings and sushi. And I'm a wing guy, and Kelly loves sushi, and she got me into sushi. I never tried sushi before I met Kelly, and I love sushi now.
Wow.
But they make great food. We used to go there every year for our anniversary, and we
Nice.
didn't go, obviously, this year. And it'll be nice just to get away.
That'll be good.
Yeah.
I'm happy for you guys. You guys will have fun with that.
Oh, we're not just leaving the kid home by himself. No, Nan and Pop are coming to watch him. So if anyone thought,
Well,
what are they doing with the kid?
No. You're just going to throw some food on the table and say, there you go, kid.
Yeah, kind of like when we leave the cat. We'll put Mickey Mouse on repeat, and we'll just leave him with a whole bunch of food packets.
You're good.
He can almost reach the faucet now.
He's fine. He'll be good for a couple days.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you got going on?
Work. I'll work, and then I'll work some more.
Okay, Rihanna. Work.
Not twerk. Let's see. Working, and then looking forward to playing golf next Saturday.
Where are we playing again?
I don't know. Evan wants to go like it's almost into Canada. Not quite. It's Lincoln.
No, it's Lincoln.
Jado Highlands. Jado Highlands.
It isn't even that much. It isn't even Millinocket, and I drive to Millinocket.
It's past Millinocket.
No, it's not.
It isn't?
Lincoln is not past Millinocket.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell Kelly you said that because Kelly's from Millinocket.
Oh, I don't. What the hell? I've only been to Millinocket twice in my life. Once was a mistake. I got lost.
That's hard to do considering you really got to get lost to end up in Millinocket.
I didn't get lost. It was like 3 a.m. though.
Ooh, that is bad.
Went out for a drive with some friends from Norway.
Yeah, you guys went for a drive, huh?
Yeah. We got
3.5 hours later.
Got up on the highway and we turned left and went, hey, let's go north. Instead of going north, and hit Bangor and said, hey, let's keep going. And got past Orono and we're like, oh, what's up here?
Nothing.
And
trees.
And,
lots of trees. And moose.
At just about 3 a.m, I said, guys, I'm pretty sure we're like 3.5 hours from home. We should probably turn around and go home.
Yeah.
We got home about 6:30 in the morning. Yeah, it was long. Wow. Anyway.
Yep.
So looking forward to that, and then.
All right, I want to do something for next week.
Okay, what do you want to do?
I want to do a watch along.
A what?
Watch along. And we're gonna be greedy, and we're gonna pick a match that I didn't bowl in.
Okay.
But you did. But I was from the Worlds.
Yep.
So if folks can find it and you want to watch along, we'll tell you what it's going to be. We're going to watch the third string of a 2000 and I think it's either 13 or 15 Men's Worlds. 13, and it's Big 20 versus USA East. And we are Big 20. You're going to see Sarge in that match, Tim, Nate Neely,
Morrison,
Sean Morrison,
Mark Carrier.
Mark Carrier's in that match. Dave Godwin's in that match. Yep. Brian Mayer.
Yeah.
Eddie Tringale.
Eddie Tringale.
Yeah. Brian Purdy.
Yeah.
Purdy has an awesome strike in that match.
Mike Walker.
Yep. You get to see me tell Mark that I'll push his button rather loudly after somebody says they're not going to.
Yeah.
It's a good match, folks.
Yeah, okay, we'll do that next week.
Yeah, we might not do the whole thing. We'll do a little bit of it, and
that'll be fun.
We'll offer our thoughts and
our thoughts and prayers.
Yeah.
All right, guys, have a great week. Thank you for listening to our maybe 3 listeners, 4 listeners. We'd love to get up to 10.
Yeah.
20.
Can you guys just turn it on and maybe hit mute, and then we'll at least know we'll get a listen?
I would love that. Actually, I shouldn't. I don't make fun. I mean, we get a couple.
Right.
We get. I don't know what we've had. Right now it's summertime, so we're only averaging 100, 125 or so. So, tell your friends, tell your neighbors friends.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, have a great week. Be kind. Be safe. Don't be dicks.
Have fun.
Have fun. Thank you.